Good morning. I'm Caleb Hansen with Good Bones Properties, real estate consultant. I'm here with Rafik Tadros of USA Title. Thanks for being here this morning.
No problem, Caleb. My pleasure.
So tell me, Rafik, what exactly is title?
Well, title insurance on the sale transaction is something that the seller provides, and what it does, it shows all the liens against the property of public record, and also all the liens against the individual of public record.
Okay.
And what we do is we put it into a report form called a title preliminary report. The most common items on a prelim would be deeds of trust, which are loans against the property. CC&Rs, which are covenants and restrictions, what you can and can't do with a particular piece of property and land. Property taxes, whether they're open or closed, whether it means they're paid or delinquent.
Got it.
Judgments, liens against the individual, potentially IRS tax liens, state tax liens, that will all show in the prelim, such as various other items, such as easements. And easements is where someone gives someone the right of way to a property, and most easements are utility easements for gas and power. A prelim will put all those things in a report form, and therefore the buyer can look at them, make a conscious decision whether or not he wants to approve the prelim. And before we close, the escrow will instruct the title company to clear all the liens in the prelim so the new buyer gets clear title.
Got it. So what exactly is title insurance protecting you against? Generally, an insurance policy, you pay up front in case bad things happen. So what are the bad things that can happen that title insurance will protect against, and what does title insurance do for you when those bad things happen?
That's a great point. Title insurance will protect you against several major things. Number one, forgery. So basically, if the seller who's selling you the property is not him, the title company will step in and make it the transaction correct. So forgeries. Let's say the guy has 2 or 3 liens, but on the prelim report it only showed 1 or 2 liens, and the title company skipped the lien. So that lien holder can come back and try and foreclose in their position. The title company will protect you against that. Okay. Let's say there is a huge encroachment on the property where the neighbors has a piece of their building onto your property line for an encroachment. The title company will also insure against that. So basically it just insures against any liens or defects on the property. And it makes sure that you have marketable title to your property. So the buyer, anytime he decides to sell that property, is able to do so without any kind of limitations. And another special thing about a title policy, it's good as long as the owner owns the property. It doesn't require annual renewal fees or anything like that. From the minute he takes title to the minute he sells title, that policy is in effect.
Fantastic. And just for those who aren't maybe familiar with what title actually is, that's a bundle of rights that the owner has to use the property, to borrow against the property, to sell the property. So your title insurance is protecting the rights to do all of those things with the property that owners get to do, correct?
Absolutely. For example, not only do you need title insurance on a purchase, but you'll also need title insurance when you go to encumber your property. And that policy, the borrower will pay for to protect the lender, the beneficiary, to protect his interest, because he wants to see what's on the title. He wants to make sure before he encumbers his property that he's got a property that he can foreclose on and have it marketable. So they do it to protect their interest. So basically, anytime you do any kind of real estate transaction in California, whether it be borrowing money, whether it be selling, you're going to need title insurance.
All right, fantastic. Well, thanks so much for being with me, Rafik. Really appreciate it. And there it is. Title insurance is important. You definitely need it. It's there to protect you. Thanks again, Rafik.
Thanks, Caleb.